Vanya, bring my water for me.
Okay, welcome everyone. This is the Diana Wright Show live online, and we are gearing up because next Tuesday, can you imagine it's next Tuesday already? It's International I Love Me Day. When I started this, man, I thought, woo, it seems like so far away, but it is here. And April 30th is also a special day for someone. I will let you know who that someone is on April 30th, next Tuesday. So, April 30th, International I Love Me Day. Have you said I love me to yourself today? I would love to know if you did or you didn't. But if you haven't done so yet, you need to go to your mirror, go to your phone, because if the phone is off, it's a mirror. You know, that's one of the good things about the cell phone. As long as you don't have too many fingerprints on the screen, you can see yourself pretty well, and you can just say simply, I love me. If you can't get to a mirror, just say it in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit, and just, you know, make it all good. Have you ever thought about, you just get up one day, like today, and you got up and you say, God, I know for sure that everything that I hope for, all my dreams are gonna skyrocket. And you actually feel it and know it. Today is the day that it happened. So you gave him praise and you jumped up in your room and you clapped and all those good things, and you feel it because your spirit never lies to you. That small voice that makes you feel like everything is going to be well is alive in your body. And you need to listen to it, because a lot of us, when we don't listen to it, we actually get into trouble. So I'm asking you to listen to that small voice today. When you open your box, your gift that I tell you that God gives you every single day, whether it's gold or it's purple with vice versa ribbons tied, untie that ribbon and see what's in it for you today. And trust me, before you open it, just say 3 little words: I love me. It sounds simple. You know, like sometimes people come up with some things and we go, why didn't I think about that? Well, this is something I've been thinking about for a very, very long time. And I told you on Monday that when I looked at the movie Imitation of Life, which is now colorized, because when I saw it first, it was in black and white when I was very young. And that sealed it for me that if you don't love who you are, my God, your life becomes miserable. And when you actually realize that you can fix the thing that you're so worried about the young woman who was born of a black woman, but she looked white because it was a white man that was her father. And she just could not accept that she was black. She hated herself and she hated her mother for it. And in the end, it was too late. She decided at the day her mother was being buried to run the funeral down. And everyone knew at that moment it was too late. Her mother's spirit might have heard her, but please don't allow yourself to wait until it's too late to realize that you actually love who you are and you can accept who you are. So each and every one of us should actually go and see that movie and let your children watch the movie with you. It's important. And it really seals the fact that you should indeed love yourself. So as we look towards next Tuesday, which is a special day for I Love Me people all over this world, we welcome you to the Diana Wright Show live online. And don't worry about where you're going to start. It's where you're going to finish. Don't worry about the fact that the thing you're doing is kind of small, because the small blessings will turn out to be big when you least expect it. So as we welcome Dax to Wellness Wednesday, we will talk about all the things that will keep you well, make you know that loving yourself is key to your sex, your lifestyle, your sex life, your everything life. Because if you're not loving yourself, even sex won't be that great. So, welcome Dax to the program. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey Diana.
It is Wellness Wednesday.
Wellness Wednesday.
Yes, and you know, we are hoping that we can actually take people on the journey to love themselves, and we're hoping that a lot of people have started buying the t-shirts, because we are hoping that everyone could be wearing one. If you have to wear a suit to work, like I just spoke to someone just now, I said, okay, you don't have to wear it, you know, because we know it's a white beater, it's sleeveless. But all you got to do is wear it under your jacket and flash your jacket to people who come to speak to you. Hey, did you love yourself today? That's easy, okay? So that's how we're asking people to do. Because I know some people can wear the white beater to work, obviously. But that day, just make it your undershirt for your jacket that day. All right? So we're going to encourage you, and then you're going to find out what's also special about April 30th and why I chose that date, because I know I can never forget the date because I chose that date, April 30th. Okay, Dak, so what are you thinking about on this day that's leading us up to I Love Me Day? I'm so excited. I can't wait because I can't imagine that it came so fast.
You know, when you were talking about the box and believing in yourself and knowing, you know, and having positive thoughts, I really want to share my personal knowledge and experience with that subject.
Okay, go ahead.
What happens is that we have this concept of positive and negative. And in fact, where we really enjoy life is in the neutral moments. They say, you know, time stood still. And time stood still because rather than rushing forward to an anticipated event or longing for an event in the past, we're in the moment and we're able to be present and in the now. There's a gentleman, Eckhart Tolle, and the book The Power of Now.
Yes, I have it.
All right.
You know I have it. I've read it too.
And being present to the moment is really crucial, because while we have the dreams and hopes and aspirations of creating a new tomorrow, we need to accept and appreciate all that we have today and use that. That is our foundation. That is the rock on which we will build and receive all the blessings that are to come to us. You know, and likewise, as we relate it to wellness, our body is the gift that God gave us, that through the body, He breathed life into the body. When a baby is born, the first thing they do is take their first breath. And that is the sign of life, right? And that life, the breath, the last thing you do when you die, the body will be there, but when your last breath leaves the body, you're considered to be dead. Your life is over. So breath is your life.
Amen.
Your life is the series of breaths that you take from one moment to the next, from the time you're born to the time you die. And as we become more conscious about who we are,
keyword, more conscious,
more conscious.
Yes.
As we become aware and conscious about who we are, we can then find the balance between our desires and our resources. But too many times we ignore resources. We take them for granted. You know, nobody knows what it's like to walk than as somebody who just lost a leg.
Amen.
Nobody knows what it's like to take a deep breath than somebody who has asthma
or emphysema or anything like that. Yeah.
Some kind of respiratory illness. And we don't have to wait on those things to happen for us to then appreciate it. But instead, wake up to the moment.
Exactly.
Right now. Not wake up in the morning. No, don't wait till tomorrow morning to wake up. Wake up right now.
Yeah, right now, as you're listening to us. Wake up right this minute. Absolutely.
Give thanks for what you have. And identify we can all find the things that we don't have. Boy, it'd be nice if I had a little more of this.
Yes.
Or more of that. But realize that you do have so much. And take what you have, be thankful for it. And in many cases, you may need to give up what you have so that you can bring more blessings.
Yes.
Don't believe that because you have it, you're going to lose it. We are misguided in believing that we live in a universe of limited resources, and therefore we have to continue to gather more. But in fact, those who give get the most.
Yes.
So
yes.
I just had to add that. So
yeah,
my 2 cents.
Thank you for doing that. And as you said that, it reminded me of the commitment I made to myself when I read Tony Robbins' book, one of his first books, very small book, and he spoke about Thanksgiving and how his mom used to, you know, even though they didn't have much, they used to, every Thanksgiving, they take a box filled with all the trappings of Thanksgiving and leave it on someone's door anonymously.
Yes, I know the story.
Yes, and it touched me so deeply because I read the book years and years ago. And every Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, every Thanksgiving I find a family to give a box to, or a check to, or money to, that I know will suffice them for satisfying a meal for Thanksgiving. And it gives you such joy. You know, it's not the big things that we do, it's just the little things. And to know that, because I don't like to necessarily give to big charities because I don't know where the money is going. I like to give to someone who I can see and know and feel. Okay? And I know that person is getting the money and they're going to do what they're supposed to be doing with the money. So, you know, like whether it's a gift card from Walmart or Publix, I make sure every single Thanksgiving I do that. So I'm just asking people to do a small thing. It might not be a Thanksgiving dinner. It might just be a turkey. Or it might just be a bag of rice or whatever it is. It's not the big thing that we try to do or we expect to happen to us. It's all about the little things. And, you know, someone is being disobedient and calling Dax. So, okay.
But you know, Diana, one of the things that I must remind you of is that while it's wonderful to give the gift on Thanksgiving, you, every single day you're doing this program, are giving a lot of people the gift of encouragement.
Yeah.
The gift of knowing that somebody cares and somebody wants to share with them and motivate them to believe in themselves, to find solutions for themselves, and to be a part of something that's bigger than themselves. And I really applaud the I Love Me concept and the I Love Me Day, but more importantly, what it really means to the individuals who are incorporating this simple practice into their daily lives.
Yeah.
I really believe it's one of the greatest gifts that we can give each other, the knowledge of self. To thine own self true.
To thine own self be true. Because a lot of people, they go, what do you mean I love me? What does that mean? You know, people actually say that to me, and I'm like, just think about it. Say it to yourself and see how you feel.
You know, there's a book. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. I don't know if...
I haven't read that one.
Okay, so The Richest Man in Babylon is about a man who was immensely wealthy, and his friends were asking him to explain where and how he acquired his wealth. And one of the first lessons he learned was that he must pay himself first.
Ah, okay. Well, I know the story, but I've never read the book. Go ahead.
No, the average person thinks, of course I pay myself first. I got my paycheck, is my paycheck, is my money. But until you put something away for yourself that is in reserve, beyond the bills, beyond the expenses, beyond what you need and want, but something for you to have and to hold, then you're not really paying yourself. We're not asking you to hoard the entire paycheck. We're saying 10% of all I earn is mine to keep. Put it away and hold on to it. So likewise, we think that we love ourselves. Of course I love myself.
Yeah.
Why not? I do all of these things because I love myself. But in fact, are you really giving yourself the time to really take care of yourself, to relax, to rest, to rejuvenate and revitalize your body on a regular basis? Or are you taking yourself for granted, running down the responsibilities and winning your life?
And a lot of people are doing that. I'm telling you, especially in my community, in our community, the Caribbean community is driven to actually do that. Because I guess a lot of them feel they came here for a better life, so they must get it. And it doesn't mean that you have to kill yourself to get it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm asking you, please just take a moment. How long does it take you to say, I love me anyway? You can be operating on a patient and just say, I love me. Okay? It's so easy. It's so easy. Nurses and doctors that are under such stress at these hospitals, just take a moment to say to yourself, I love me, and tell your patients to do the same, because sometimes that patient saying that gives them courage and hope to live, because a lot of people get sick and they give up, you know.
Sure.
People just give up because they figure, oh, there's no hope and no cure and whatever. But sometimes just believing that you're going to be well makes you well.
Last week I was so prompted to say this, that I would, every time you get upset, you should use it rather than curse. You should say, I love me.
Exactly, that's a good idea.
Every time do you something and you feel like you're really just angry, take a deep breath and say, don't say, I love me. Instead say, I love me.
Yes, and just say to that breathing skill that Dax tried to give us.
Yes.
Yeah, the breathing skill that Dax gives you, yes, it is important. I love me. And I'm telling you, it actually gets you from that place of anger and let you sometimes you laugh and you go, oh my God, why was I allowing that person to steal my joy? So it's simple. It sounds simple, but believe me, for a lot of people, they truly don't love who they are. They're not satisfied with what they have. They're always looking for something bigger. They're always looking for something outside of themselves. And they're always blaming someone else. And that's a true sign of someone who doesn't like who they are. So please, whatever the anger point is, don't allow anyone to push your buttons today, at least until next Tuesday. Let's just have peace, joy, health, abundance, and whatever you have, just think of it as being abundant. Okay? And you will see how God blesses you in that process to get to Tuesday. All right, so my special guest inside the Diana Wright Show this morning is none other than Dax Dunn from Rad Wellness, and the website is rad4u.com. That's rad4u.com. And they have a 21-day detox. Of course, I did it for only 10 days because I didn't need to lose as much weight. But I want to ask you, Dax, about that. How long does it actually take for all the things that the drops that you take to get out of your system? Because even when I was off it, I kind of felt like I was still on it.
Okay, well, the
is that in my mind or what?
No, not at all. But the first thing is to be absolutely clear. Our products are food grade products, so it's not that something came into your body that's creating any changes in your body.
Right.
It's that your body has released things that were blocking its ability to heal itself.
Okay.
So you want to maintain that clearness in the body, the cleansing, the clean environment as long as you can, and based on your lifestyle, Diana, that would probably last as much as 6 to 8 months. So don't expect it to change anytime soon. You will continue to feel a cleansing, in terms of regularity, in terms of water and your body's ability to respond to the water, the breathing, the energy level, everything should maintain itself because you already are living a healthy lifestyle. You already are paying attention to yourself. Now, unfortunately, we do run across clients who are very committed to, the fast food.
Well, I tell you what, I'm addicted to the water now. I used to drink water before, but I'm actually addicted to the bottle. I even try to go back to my Voss bottle, and I'm like, okay, no, this is easier to drink from than the Voss, because you get this little spout here, right? And the Voss, you have to literally take the whole big bottle up to your mouth. So I'm like, okay, this is much easier for me. So I'm actually addicted to the stupid bottle.
And I tell you, everything we share in the program, on its own, it seems so simple that it's almost like, why am I going to pay somebody to share those things with me?
Exactly.
But the truth is, in the same way that changing your oil on your car may be something relatively simple. I mean, every time I talk to a mechanic, I'm saying, that's easy, man. Well, I am 40 odd years old and I have never changed the oil in my car. I have no intention.
Okay, there you go. Dax has never changed the oil in his car. Shameful.
No, the oil gets changed. I just don't do it
myself. I know. I'm just teasing you anyway because, some people believe that they must try everything. You don't really have to try everything as long as you get it done.
My hands are pretty.
Yes, yes. And Dax truly loves himself, I can tell you that. So I guess the Diana Wright Show is just encouraging him to remember to do it every day, but he doesn't need any reminders, really, to do that. Anyway, as you were saying, go ahead about the oil change.
Yeah, no. So what we offer is really a process of weeding through all of the overwhelming amounts of information that say eat oil, stay away from oil, you know, you take this supplement, take that supplement, you know, moringa, soursop, you know, all of these different herbs and products out there. And the truth is, everything has a purpose. But before the purpose can present itself, you need to remove the things that may be blocking you.
Right.
And let's step away from the detox for a second. If in your life, if in your relationship, say you're a woman and you have a old boyfriend that you know it's not going anywhere, but you still entertain that relationship for, you know, it might as well. Well, guess what? That relationship may be blocking you from actually getting the relationship that you really want.
Amen.
Because when the right person comes along, there's somebody in that place. And in the same way, forget about relationships. Let's talk about your kids. Maybe you need to let go of trying to do everything for your kids and allow your kids to take up the responsibilities that you want them to take up. And again, it's about letting go and letting life. Trusting that God has something better for you. Don't feel I better hold on to this because I don't know what else may come. Instead, trust the fact that letting go of the things that are not serving you is the best way to open the space and allow the things that are best for you to come into your life. And our program is about getting rid of the things that are blocking your wellness in your body, getting rid of the toxins in the lymphatic system through a series of a protocol. Drinking the water, breathing, using the natural supplements, and eating the right foods over a 21-day period will effectively do it. Dana got her results. You get your results in as little as 3 days of being on the program. But the long-term results for people who are obese, who are really struggling with health issues, you need at least 21 days to get the foundation laid. And then if you need to continue losing, we can extend the program for as long as you need to go in order to achieve your weight loss goals. But most importantly, stabilization is how you're going to maintain it. So don't just lose the weight and run away. Stay with us. Let's go able to stabilize it and maintain your results.
All right. The vision for people's lives once they finish the detox, it's about maintenance. And I think a lot of people fall down in that area because it's either that they don't plan for it or they just figure, okay, I'll lose the weight and that's it, and I'll just go back to eating what I used to eat before. But it's actually, and not just that's his plan. Everyone tells you it's about a lifestyle change that you actually, it's just like telling yourself you love yourself every day. If you're not doing it consciously every day, and as Dax said, don't just say, I love myself, I love me. You actually feel it. Once you're saying it and you're committed to loving who you are, then the rest comes easy. And you actually raised a very important point. It's been 4 years that we've been offering the service on the program, and it's been fantastic. But yes, more and more we realize that in terms of the lifestyle development, we need to give greater support. So we actually are developing that, and within another maybe a month or so we should be rolling that out. And what it would mean is that after you've done the program, we're going to coach you through implementing the fundamentals. Number one, paying attention to your body and how it responds to the water, to the breathing, to certain foods, and identifying the foods that you need. But most importantly, the foundation is the bowel movements. I like to say the inappropriate conversation. I'll meet a young lady, and it's, I'll meet a man and we have the same conversation, but you're meeting a woman, and within 5 minutes of the conversation, you're asking her about bowel movements, and it's not always the most comfortable conversation, but you'll be surprised.
people who have issues with it are very willing to discuss it because they're looking for a solution.
Yes.
And we do have a solution. We have developed a product that really helps significantly in terms of restoring the digestive system. People who are just starting now are going to get those products. But more importantly, it's the lifestyle. And we have a life system on which each individual can develop their own lifestyle.
Right.
And it really is a huge step forward. The technology, the text messaging, the conference calls, the ability to communicate. We can have people who are at one stage in their life and very, work home, very limited time and energy, and help them to implement the tools needed to maintain the results. But we also have people who are ready to make huge changes, to take on yoga and a complete different attitude towards their time and energy, changing their careers, giving up certain careers because they can afford to, and they realize that those careers were not fulfilling their desires.
To them, yes.
Being true to themselves. So this is something that we know is important, but we also have found a way to implement it, and we're excited about rolling that out. And that makes a huge difference to maintaining the results and building your own wellness community.
Okay. I wanted to ask you, because I thought a lot about it this week when you complete the program, and then don't you actually need to incorporate a weight loss program or product or something within your structure to continue this? Because if people want to lose 100 pounds, 21 days is not enough to do so. And after that 21 days, they might just not have that willpower to continue the program in the maintenance phase, but they then need a weight loss program to continue. Is that something that you've thought about? Because I've thought about it a lot this week, and I figured I'd wait and just ask you the question today.
Beautiful question, perfect timing. So we offer a 21-day detox. But at the end of the 21 days, your body is now in a position to release abnormal body fat consistently. You don't need many of the detox products that you use in the beginning.
Right.
But the breath of life will continue to give you a pound a day in weight loss for those people who have the weight to lose.
Oh.
And you can continue on extending that program at a significantly lower price than the original cost of the detox. So the detox is, as it says, a complete detox.
Right.
But at the end of the detox, we can establish, this is what we do right now. We have a weight loss protocol that you continue on eating based on the meal plan that we developed and continuing to take the Breath of Life drops on their own. But we have a new digestive detox that we use as a part of that. So the Breath of Life and the digestive detox, along with the eating based on the meal plan and keep the water in the picture, you'll continue losing a pound a day. And we have people who've lost over 100 pounds doing that. A lot of times they take a break after, maybe 45, 60 days. They want to stop. They stabilize, and then they'll come back maybe a month later and they continue losing. So yes, a long-term weight loss program is very much available in our existing program, and it starts with the detox, and then you can extend it in terms of the weight loss.
Okay, great. I'm happy I asked that, because I was like, okay, what about those people who want to lose 100 pounds? How do they manage after the 21 days? So taking the BOL as a continued method along with whatever else you're gonna give them is the way to actually get to that, losing that 100 pounds.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Absolutely. I'll actually even add a little stuff here that, as much as we do this because we're committed to getting people their results,
right,
it is a business.
Yes, obviously. Yes.
And when you say to somebody, hey, I wanted to sign up for 40 days of weight loss, they go, that's a long time.
That's a long time, right? For me to not eat some McDonald's.
Exactly. But you know, a lot of people are we have found a lot of people very willing to commit to the 21 days. But more importantly, what happens after probably 10 days into the program is they realize, I don't need the meat as much as I did. I don't need the junk foods. I'm not craving the carbs and the sugars that I used to. Yeah. I don't want to have the drink that I thought I could never live without.
Right.
And then they're willing to make the commitment for the additional 20, 30, 40, and 60 days to get to their long-term results. Why? Because they feel better. They look better. They see a payoff. They're getting results from what they're doing, so they're willing to continue. But up front, a lot of people feel like, you know what, I don't want to make that big commitment, so I'll try 21 days.
And then
soon realize it's well worth it, and they continue.
Okay, that's wonderful. My special guest inside the Diana Wright Show this morning, as we welcome you from around the world and in the United States, is Dax Dunn from Rad Wellness, and the website. You can check them out at rad4u.com. That's rad4u.com. And you can, you know, go on the website and see what they offer, and you might just take the plunge into the detox. Yes, you gotta make the bathroom your friend for the first couple of days. But I actually, every time I have to use a public bathroom, I go, oh, I'm gonna kill Dax. Seriously, because I hate to use public bathrooms, but when you're on the plan or when you're trying to maintain, you truly have to, because there's no way you can drink up all this water and then you know how to pee.
Well, you know, okay, so this is something very important.
Yes.
You know, all of those, and I think we talked about it last week, but or maybe the week before, but a lot of those hand sanitizers, and we've been scared into believing the germ phobia.
Yes.
You know, I'm certainly not saying you shouldn't care, but I'm saying it's more important to get it out of your body and maybe have to wash your hands at a public bathroom than to keep it inside and think, well, I don't want to catch anything. You're more likely to gain a dysfunction in your body by not using the restroom regularly than catch something from a public bathroom, if that makes any sense.
And definitely makes sense. And please don't try to hold your urine. Bad idea, okay? It's not good for your bladder.
Absolutely.
So please don't try to do that. Okay, let's talk about a little bit about people paying attention in general to their whole, and it actually involves a little planning for you to get to your goals and where you want to go, because you know things don't just happen. Okay, yeah, maybe you buy the lottery ticket and it just happens, but your life on a daily basis don't just happen. It means that you have to be committed to this thing to get to your results.
You know, one of the things, and forget about the program. We're not talking about,
I'm just talking about life in general.
Exactly.
Yes.
So in life, what we measure, the things that we measure are the things that we pay attention to. So how much money you have, you can measure it, and therefore you pay attention to that. Whatever your rent is or your mortgage payment is, you know that's a specific amount, you pay attention to it.
Right.
But then things like how much you're spending on groceries, most people don't pay attention to certain things because the way in which it becomes processed in the brain, that's not an absolute necessity. I spend it because I need it, but the things that I have to spend on, I have to have the money in order to budget for those things. So we know what our phone bill is, because it's coming every month. But we don't know what our grocery bill is because we don't feel that the grocery is as important as, it's not mandatory. Right? And what I'm saying is we need to start paying attention to, number one, our time. How are you spending your time? Don't just count the hours you're spending at work. Count the hours you're spending with your kids. Count the hours you're spending in sleep. Count the hours you're spending in commute. Count the hours you're spending just watching TV or wasting time. And you'll find that we all, the richest of us, have the same amount of time as each of us. None of us have any more time in the day. 24 hours is 24 hours
That's
for all of us. The difference between those of us who are able to produce more in that 24 hours is how they choose to spend the time on a day-to-day basis, from one moment to the next. And sometimes we get too caught up in what the future should be rather than what can I do right now? What are my options? What are the resources in front of us? So, number one, make a plan. Number two, understand that a plan and a goal or a plan and a dream are two
different things.
A dream is a vision, an idea that you have, but a plan is a step-by-step, incremental, activities and actions that you have to take in order to realize that goal. You're living in a house. That house didn't appear overnight. It didn't appear because somebody saw a pretty picture. It appeared because somebody designed it. Somebody then went ahead and broke down that design in terms of the construction process. The materials were selected. The site was prepared. The foundation was laid. And we started building a house. And in time, it comes into what you have, the end product. But we are all architects of our own lives.
Amen.
We need to sit down, decide where we'd like to get to. Then we need to move back towards the foundation. What is going to get there? And I have to tell you, as far as I'm concerned, in everything that I know in life, it's your body that's going to carry you to where you want to get to. You don't want to get to retirement and your body is not able to enjoy it. You enjoy your body now while you're working towards continued enjoyment and enlightenment in your life. I don't intend to retire. Me
neither. Me neither. What is retirement anyway? To sit home and watch TV?
Exactly.
No, retirement is one word that I've always told my husband. I don't even know what that word should actually mean, because all the retired people I know, they stay home, they watch television, they go to a senior center, and they're bored out of their minds. Because after a while, anything you do as a routine becomes boring. And that's the reason I don't like routines. Everyone will tell you that know me. If I find myself getting into a routine, even with just washing my clothes, I don't want to do it every day, on a Sunday. Sometimes I just switch around and my husband goes, "Oh, you're not washing clothes today?" No, I don't feel like it. Okay, I don't want to get locked into any routine. Am I going to cook dinner every single day? Yes, I like to do that, but some days I just say, no, I don't want to do that. And I don't, because I think people should kind of listen to themselves, feel how you feel, and don't let routine or the commitment that you have to your family rob you from taking care of you.
It's funny. Just this morning, I was talking to my son, and I was telling him, he needs a routine. Why? Because unlike you and I, he has not clearly identified who he is.
Exactly.
So the routine gets you into a process to really realize what you don't like to do. Right? And then it gives you the opportunity to discover what you really like to do, so you can start working towards that. So I agree with you. I don't have a routine. I have a life. And it is based on my knowledge of myself to make choices consistently. What is in my best interest? What is going to work for me today? What do I need right now? And 90% of the time, it's just breathe deeply, drink my water, and enjoy the process of life as it unfolds.
Amen to that. Yes, that is so true. Anyway, my special guest again is Dax Dunn from Rad Wellness, and they're located in Plantation. They have programs for you to encourage you, because I think you can only encourage people to lose weight. They have to actually do it for themselves and decide that this is what I want to do. Just like I Love Me. You have to make up your mind that when you look in the mirror, do I really love what I see? Do I appreciate who I am? Do I love myself for how God made me? Or do I just continuously want to try to be somebody else? Okay? And I heard something on Bloomberg this morning when I was coming back home, and they were talking about how people, they just did a survey, people over 40 now, from 40 on, are not even thinking about retirement anymore. they are just kind of living by the seat of their pants. I guess because of the crash of the economy and everybody's so, upside down in their house and their mortgage and whatever. People are just deciding, hey, I'm not going to do this road anymore because it's not worth it.
Well, I think one of the biggest things that support that is the whole access to knowledge. That we used to believe that so many things were impossible or outside of our ability to comprehend or even understand or even be in touch with. And through the internet, there's so much that we can now truly get access to that we don't have enough time. We're not about saying, okay, when someday I'll get to that point. It's why not now? I mean, if you know it, if you want it, you can go out there and find it. And that's the beauty of living in today's world. But at the same time, it's just like the buffet at the all-you-can-eat restaurant. You can't eat everything.
Oh, so my really God, you can only eat what your belly can hold, okay?
There you go. And you only have so much time, and you only have so much energy, and you have to now sit down, and rather than rush out there and try to gobble up everything, make a plan. Understand that it's better to eat the vegetables first,
and then
you're going to move the same thing. Then you're going to keep going step by step and move along.
And what Vanya spoke about last week, saying that try to drink water before you eat and after you eat, is really good. I was never used to after I eat, because I always felt like if I eat after, I drink the water afterwards, the food is going to feel floaty in my stomach. But I tried it this week. Tried doing the after. I'm used to the before, because it fills you up and you really don't feel hungry at that moment, because later on you do get hungry. Trust me. Once the water is out, you're like, okay, I'm hungry now. But at that moment when you're about to eat a big meal, if you drink the water prior to, just as Vanya said, it will fill you up, so you're actually not hungry then, so you don't gobble up as much food. And then later on, if you feel hungry, then I guess you eat a smaller amount at that particular time. So advice is good, okay?
I want to jump in here a second, because one of the things that like for me, I actually really studied a lot of yoga. And when I say yoga, I don't mean the exercise alone. I mean yoga as a lifestyle. And I would read, the person that I was reading was in India and based in India. And he would recommend doing this or doing that and doing certain things. But the truth is, he's in a completely different place, completely different time zone, completely different access to food and different
environment, in general.
And one of the things that I feel is important is to realize that you have to put things into perspective. That today, each of us who is living in today's world, we cannot use the things that our grandparents used. We can learn from our grandparents, but we don't have access to the same exact quality or product. That the food that we're eating is not the same, and we have to make those adjustments. So I'm coming back to the water. Drinking water before or after a meal. I've seen a lot of people have different ideas and opinions about it. But we are providing that advice based on what we have experienced, based on today's foods and today's lifestyle. That drinking the water first is important because it prepares the body. And by the way, I'll give you one more tip. Chew the water. What does that mean? Allow the saliva to mix with the water, because it's actually the saliva that's the enzymes that allow the breakdown of food in the digestive system. So by chewing the water and letting that water in first, you're helping to cleanse the digestive system and prepare it for the food that you're going to eat. Then you chew your food slowly. You allow it to go into the digestive system, go into your stomach. It mixed up there with other enzymes and moves ahead. But then the water after is because, unfortunately, today our food has, even when you're eating good healthy food, it still is not as bioavailable. It doesn't break down as easily as food in the past. And therefore, using the water to support that is a very effective way to support the digestive system and get you to actually see significant improvement in the way the body processes the food.
Okay, great. All right. I'm going to run down some things here that I wrote down for you from last week. And low fat or no fat diets, good or bad? I'm taking you to a quiz journey now.
All right. Fat is very important. Do not animal fats, avoid them. Plant-based fats, nuts, cashew, avocado, coconut oil, good fats, olive oil, great for your body. On our program, we don't allow them, not because they're bad, but because in the program we're targeting the body fat and we're letting the body burn off its own fat. But in regular life, food, fats, plant-based fats are essential. Even the omega-3s like the salmon and different fish oils, great. Cod liver oil, great. You need them. You cannot do without them. So get away from the idea of fat-free. Fat is not making you fat.
Amen, amen, amen to that one. Fat does not make you fat. And not just Dak saying that, all the experts tell you that. And your body need fat.
Yeah.
Actually need fat. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Crash dieting, fasting, detox. How are they different?
Okay, so the crash dieting is a starvation process. A lot of times it's supported using stimulants. So what you're doing is saying, hey, you know, I'm not going to eat, but I'm going to use something to speed up my metabolic rate and allow my body to burn energy faster. It usually results in you know, throwing off your hormones, throwing off your digestive system, and really messing your body up. So no, we don't like crash diets at all. Absolutely not. In terms of fasting, fasting is a necessity. Fasting should be something you do on a regular basis. I would even encourage people to feast and then fast.
Feast and then fast. Oh, F and F.
Yes. You go out and you know, once every 10 days, have a great meal. Eat all the things you would love to eat. Full your belly and enjoy yourself. But then realize you need to allow that to pass through your body, and you need to give your body a chance to release it. So fasting after a feast, great idea, something to do. But even in your regular day-to-day life, without the feasting, you should give yourself 1 day a week where you try and avoid any type of solid food. If you can do it with just water, God bless you. And a lot of people can.
A lot of people
just
can.
have to give it a try.
Yes, okay. And detox? So,
well,
detox,
the
of
detox
course.
is, you know, what we do, but we don't believe that you should be detoxing yourself, you know,
all the time.
week. We don't support the laxatives and the constantly, you know, using things to send you to the restroom. We feel that you need to establish the proper balance in your digestive system, that it can manage the fats, it can manage the carbohydrates, and it can even manage the sugars from time to time. You're not going to put them in your body all the time. The thing that you need all the time is water, green leafy vegetables, healthy fruits in season.
In season.
Then you eat your carbs, your starches, your proteins, you know, depending on your lifestyle.
Right.
But the things that are essential are green leafy vegetables and fruits on a daily basis.
Okay, eating late at night makes you gain weight. Myth or truth?
You know, it depends on the person's overall lifestyle. It's not an absolute. I've met several people who tend to eat late and they don't gain weight. But for the average person, yes. More importantly, the average person who eats and then goes right to sleep, absolutely. It doesn't support your digestive system and usually results in weight gain, and usually interrupts your sleep. You don't sleep well because your body is still trying to process the food. So you have indigestion disturbing your sleep.
And you have to know yourself, because for me, I just cannot eat late. It just doesn't work. I toss, I turn, I sweat, everything once I eat too late. So, you know, I will try to do it sometimes because you have to, because of the time that everybody can get to the table. But then it's miserable. So you have
Yes.
to know your own body. And that is so true. Don't forget, April 30th is just around the corner. I Love Me Day. It's International I Love Me Day. And we welcome once again to our viewers from around the world and in the United States. And don't forget, you never know who is watching. Get on your Facebook page, give us the love and the thumbs up, and tell all your friends, even your enemies, tell them it is I Love Me Day next Tuesday, April 30th. And help them to love themselves, because I tell you the truth, if someone is really miserable and annoying and all that, and you teach them how to love themselves by just saying 3 little words, they'll love you for that eventually. Absolutely. And they'll not be so evil.
Absolutely.
Okay, next one on our list here. Slow metabolism makes it hard to lose weight.
Yes, but why is the metabolism slow? Not because you're getting old.
Okay.
Not because you're not running a marathon every day.
Right.
It's slow because it's congested and it's you need to detox.
Okay.
So as you detox, you will see a significant improvement. Just think about your car. If it's stuck in the mud and you keep revving it up, you're going to blow the engine.
Yes.
But if you get it out of the mud and you get it on the road, it's going to run fine. If the oil is dirty and you need an oil change and you keep running it, you're going to put too much additional pressure on the body. So the metabolism slows down because the body is toxic and you don't want to overwork the body. But as soon as you clean up the body, and if there's only one thing I would hope that somebody leaves the conversation with me with, is that your body don't need anything more. It needs less. It's not about putting more things in it to make you healthy. Yeah. It's about getting rid of the things that are interfering with your health. We don't give you nothing to make you healthy. We simply provide stuff to remove the toxins from the body and allow the body to restore its health naturally.
Okay. How many calories can you eat and actually lose weight? Because everybody gives you a different number. Is there a number that you kind of advise your clients to stay within?
And this one is where I want to go on record to set
okay, let's write it down.
the historical precedence. I believe that the entire science around calories is completely misguided. That in fact, if you eat 5,000 calories a day,
like Michael Phelps,
foods that your body needs, your body will take what it needs and you pass out the rest. You will not get fat giving your body the right type of calories. And there's a big difference between the calories that your body can use and the calories that your body cannot use. So the people who are starving themselves and using poor calories will find themselves continuing to gain weight, while people who eat the necessary and good healthy calories find themselves having a substantial bowel movement and weight loss at the same time. And if you think about it, think about the man in the countryman, and I say countryman with all due respect. I'm not talking
and the man that's eating natural, fresh food all the time, every day.
I'm talking about a man who go to the field and plow or work hard and come home and eat the yam and the saltfish and the big plate of rice and a big heavy meal, and you can't find an ounce of fat on him.
Exactly.
Not because he's working like a slave to burn it off. He may be just walking out into the field, spending time in the sun, but moving his body throughout the day, and that when he's finished eating, get his rest at night, he gets up and he puts down a significant bowel movement that gets rid of all the things that his body doesn't need, but allows his body to take what it does need. So I really think that it's the quality of your calories that are 100% more important than the quantity of the calories. Don't just count calories. Start being more selective in the quality of the calories that you're taking into your body.
Alrighty. Okay, dairy or not to dairy?
I'm not a huge fan of animal products, but at the same time, I think butters and cheese have a place in a balanced diet. And the most important thing is that we must pay attention to ourselves. If you're lactose intolerant, stop eating the foods. If you find
that was my next thing on the list to ask you about is lactose. Okay, I was actually going to go low-fat milk or full-fat and then lactose intolerance. So you spooked me.
You know, one of the things with the milk is that we are not necessarily getting a milk that is just a cow's milk. And I'm saying if you have a cow that's not in the field, that's just in a pen, being raised just for the sake of giving milk, and it's not getting the proper amount of exercise. Let's look at it in a more global way. A healthy cow is in a field eating what?
Grass.
Grass. Right? So that cow is eating grass. His body, he gets pregnant now, or she gets pregnant. Now it's gonna give milk, and that milk is eating grass all day long. It's mixing it up with some of its enzymes, and we're taking the milk as a product. That's one thing. But when you have a cow that's being injected antibiotics to keep it healthy, given growth hormones to have it grow and produce as much milk as it can, and is locked in a pen and being fed not just hay but all kind of other stuff in order to maximize its output, I think you need to reconsider whether that's really milk as you know it.
Yeah, and you notice now you go to the store, milk has all kind of things in it added. DHA, DHEA. Oh my God, I'm going, what kind of milk is this? This is not the milk I'm used to.
Sure.
Okay.
So I would encourage you to realize water, and the water we get in is not as pure as we'd like.
No, it's not. It's not either. It's not.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge. I will say without any hesitation, I don't have the absolute answer and the total solution. I am just sharing what has been working for me and observing what I see working. And it's a constant question. It's not about getting stuck on one answer. I mean, one of the products that we encourage people to drink is this naked juice.
Yes.
And naked juice was developed by a small company in California using only natural products. Over the years, it was acquired by Pepsi Cola. And, it is widely available. It's a fast-growing, product in terms of the marketing of the product. And there are lots of people who start to question: is it as healthy
as it used to be when the little guy had it?
And we don't know, but we can say we continue to recommend it because we have not found anything wrong with it based on our consumption of it. But we continue to stay open to look for
something else.
But it's not about trying to be the food police. It's really about understanding your body. That some people they drink alcohol and they don't have any dire effects from it. Not me. I drink it and I get sick. It's just not for me. But
yes, you and I both. Alcohol just doesn't go with me at all. Maybe it's my mind just blocking it, saying no, I should not be drinking this. Because seriously, my mom had a big business that included a bar, and I used to see all those drunken people, and I'm going, is this what it does to you? I don't want to drink that stuff. And this is from I was a little kid. So maybe my mind just said, no, thank you very much. I don't want that. So maybe,
on that subject, and listen to the subject. The subject is drinking something. When I started drinking water 4.5 years ago, it was like torture.
Okay.
Go ahead. You want to get that?
Yes. Someone is calling for a question. Hello. Good morning. You're on with Dax Dunn and Diana Wright.
I got one question. I want to find out if we can drink the naked juice on the detox program while you're on the 21 days detox.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Okay.
All
right. Thank you. Okay, she wanted to know if you can drink the naked juice. Yes, I drank. I tend to try to drink it in very small portions because I think if you drink it, you're not eating and you drink it in a whole lot of it, you tend to go to the bathroom more than you would normally go. That's just my system. So
and all of those things support the fact that we still believe that for the most part it's a healthy product.
yes.
Based on the price, I believe it's possible for them to deliver a healthy product. Here's
because
my...
it's not cheap. It's not cheap now. It's
There
really
is-
not cheap. And by the way, they have another one that's look like mango color. I just
Yes.
saw it at Costco a couple weeks ago. I haven't tried it yet, but is that one that you would recommend, or you haven't gotten to it yet?
Only the green on our program. But
Okay.
the range, there's a lot of them. There's a lot
Oh,
of...
okay. I've only seen, a couple of weeks ago I saw one that looks mango-y and carroty.
There's a mango,
kind of.
there's a raspberry,
Oh.
there's a whole range of them. But on our program, we only recommend
The
the
green.
green naked juice. And as it relates to the conversation about a healthy juice, that is the one that everybody is more focused on. It's called Green Machine, and it's by Naked Juice. And it seems to be a very healthy product for everything we know at this point.
Okay, and Pepsi should be paying us for this. Okay, all right. Just saying. Okay, cholesterol, bad or good? Because I don't know if you've seen or heard, Dr. Oz had some guy on the other day. My mom actually called me because it was so important. She's like, see, I told you, all these people telling you all these things. Here's this guy saying, don't worry about no cholesterol.
I agree. Measuring cholesterol is, cholesterol is like, is in between. Cholesterol is something, is like insulin. Insulin is not the problem. It's the ability to convert it back and forth and the body's ability to use it. So cholesterol, depending on how the body is using it and how you can move it through. So it's not about avoiding it completely. Cholesterol is a necessary product. It's about allowing the body to manage your cholesterol without you trying to... We're using an indicator. We're using a symptom of something to dictate what is really happening in the body. It's not about the symptom. It's about the body overall being able to balance itself. So I agree that cholesterol is not something to worry about. What you should be more worried about is your body's ability to manage your own cholesterol.
Okay. All right, my special guest inside of the Diana Wright Show this morning. It is Wellness Wednesday, just like next Tuesday's International I Love Me Day. So we do have, and we have Wow Friday, but Dax won't be with us this Friday. He has to go on a trip somewhere. So we forgive him for that day. So I'll be all by myself on Wow Friday. But anyway, I just wanted to go to this question and remind people, next week, Tuesday, I Love Me Day. I want you to do something special for your day that day. I will also tell you what else is special about that day and why I chose the day. And if Dax is around, I want him to come on and celebrate the day with us and give some motivational thing. You'll be back by then, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so on Tuesday morning, we're going to have Dax joining us, and we're going to celebrate I Love Me Day. I'm going to get some things here on the set so you could see them, blah, 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 and I tell you the reason why I chose that date. And also, in the evening at the 8 o'clock hour, Dr. Melanie is going to be wearing her I Love Me t-shirt. She bought it already online, and we're going to celebrate that entire day. And you will see, by next year, everyone will be wearing one of my t-shirts. That is my prophecy, prophetic word at this moment, right now. Not just in America, but all around the world, people will be ordering those shirts. And you will see how much people are motivated to teach their children to love themselves too. Okay, Dax, vegan or not to vegan? Needing protein to build your muscles, so how really, I know there's lactose or whatever they call it, vegan that actually eats fish, but there are some vegans who eat no fish, no meat, no nothing. Do they have problems with their muscles, building their muscles? Because you need protein for that, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I believe...
I actually asked Dax a question that he does not know the answer to.
Here's what I've said to you. I've met enough people who were very, very strong, hardcore vegetarians who said they got to a point in their life where they felt they had to introduce meat. and they made an adjustment, and they brought back meat. I can say, in my opinion and observation, there are many people who should not be eating meat. And as soon as they've removed it from their diet, they've seen a significant improvement in their overall health.
Okay.
But rather than attacking meat, I am a strong proponent for the fact that we need more green leafy vegetables and fruits in season in our diet. And if we focus on having them,
okay, let's try this one. Let's try this call. Hello, you're live with Dax and Diana.
Okay, I have another question.
Okay, all right.
Can I eat veggie burger on the detox program?
Can you do what?
veggie burger.
Veggie burger. Okay.
Like the Boca veggie burger.
Okay.
No.
Oh, she loves. Oh, you can't.
On the detox program now.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I would advise against it because a lot of those veggie burgers,
thank you.
they have preservatives in it.
And not only that, they're filled with sodium. That's the reason I don't eat them.
They have a lot of corn and other byproducts that are not meat.
Right.
That are not soy. It's not. I'm not saying veggie burgers are bad. I'm saying in a detox, you want to be careful about what you're introducing into the body. So I would leave the veggie burgers out during the detox.
Okay, leave the veggie burgers out of the detox. It's almost time to go, and Dax is not going to be here on Friday, so we won't see him again until Tuesday. You promise now you're going to join us for the celebration of International I Love Me Day come Tuesday, and give you the chance now to go find... Oh, no. I have one more thing that I wanted to... Well, we talked about it actually already, alcohol. We have some more questions here. I'll just save them for next week. And they are actually the best and worst foods to eat for your sex life. So I'll save that for next Wednesday, all right, on Wellness Wednesday. Because you know me, I always have more questions than time.
No problem. So, you know, it's always a pleasure to share with you, Diana. And more importantly, you know, I love your questions. I love the interaction. And I even love the calls and the questions that we get. And again, I don't have all the answers. And I don't profess to ever have all the answers. What I do encourage people to do is find answers for themselves. Like each of us has intelligence.
Yes.
And our own intelligence is sufficient for our own needs. And we'll find that as we pay attention and as we ask more questions, we'll find more answers in our life. And on a daily basis, you need to ask yourself the question, why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? Is this serving me? I used to do this when I was a child. But do I continue doing this now as an adult? You know, you little things used to annoy you when, you know, your mom did this or your friends did that. And now that you're an adult, you still allow those things to get under your skin. And this is an opportunity to just, A, love yourself, B, pay attention to what is right for you, and C, be conscious. Realize that you're part of a community of other conscious individuals, and as we share and care for each other, we can build and grow and be well, live well, and stay well.
Alrighty, that's his line, you know. My line is I love me. His is be well, stay well, and
stay well.
Okay, alright. Live well, stay well, right? I got it. Okay, Dax, thank you so much for joining us today, and have a safe and happy trip and a fruitful, successful one. And be back with us. Yes, be back with us.
I'm gonna get my T-shirts, and I expect to have them in time, and I will have the girls in the office wearing them.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yes, because I'll actually have to deliver yours myself. Okay, so over the weekend, I'll make sure I get there so you can have it by Tuesday.
No problem.
Alrighty.
Look forward to it.
Take care. Thank you. All right, that was my special guest, as usual, Dax Dunn, joining us this morning on the Diana White Show Live. And we remind you that next Tuesday, my goodness, time flies when you're having fun. Next Tuesday is International I Love Me Day. So what else can I do but invite all my viewers from around the world and in the United States, welcome them to the program, and of course have them join us in this celebration on Tuesday. It's going to be a day that I'm just simply asking you to take stock of yourself. What are you doing for yourself? How much are you loving yourself? How much are you doing for yourself? How much are you trying not to be someone else? How much are you thankful to God for making you wonderful just the way you are, and teaching your children to do the same? We thank you so much for joining us today. And of course, all the questions that I had saved for Dax, I will do them next Wednesday. He's going to join us on Tuesday morning. And of course, Dr. Melanie will be here at the 8 o'clock hour to celebrate with us the I Love Me Day. And I'm encouraging each and every one of you to go online and go to my web store and purchase a t-shirt. If you don't get it for this year, you'll have it for next year because it washes very well. So you can do that. And please love us on Facebook, spread the word, give us a thumbs up, and not, love us on Facebook, because we are the program of love. Love. That is the power of this Diana Wright show. It's the power of love, encouraging you, lifting you up, trying to make you get out of your depressed state and into the green light of life, as we encourage you every single day. And I try to bring people on that will actually encourage you to do that too. And of course, on Tuesday nights, we blow out the steam and we talk about sex and sexuality and women's issues and men's issues, because we have Dr. Melanie, who is actually a general practitioner, a GP, and she can answer the gamut of questions that we throw at her. So we ask you to join us. Tuesday will be a big day for us on the Diana Wright Show live, and we encourage you to tell a friend and let that friend tell a friend. And even if you don't feel that great about someone else, you think they're the evil enemy, just tell them 3 little words: I love me. On that note, I say, if you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it's yours. If it doesn't, it was never yours. Have a great day. Be blessed. Stay prayed up, and au revoir, ciao, and adios. 3 little words: I love me. Thank you.